So maybe before going into the landscape, it's important to understand the development and manufacture of cell and gene therapy products has added complexity compared to other drug products. And this is really because they're comprising of living things. Your cell therapy, for example, is starting from a living material. And so there's inherent variability in that. And many, when they're initiating these processes, do so with manual methods. And so when you're doing manual processing of these products at any level, you're adding another layer of variability to an already complex process. And this is really why automating the manufacturing process for cell and gene therapies is really critical. It helps to mitigate some of these process risks and provides control so that you have greater reproducibility and consistency in that final product. So as we look at the landscape and the different kinds of solutions, typically, as you look at a manufacturing process, there's several unit operations within that entire manufacturing process for cell and gene. And many developers will prioritize automating a single unit operation at a time for simplicity in their process. And at the same time, they tend, especially with the acceleration of these therapies coming to market, they're looking to do this automation earlier in their process and then add to it as they go through. And there's a number of different automated solutions depending on what the process needs are. So if you look, for example, washing and concentrating cells, there's many different steps of cell wash, and there are automated solutions for this. The cell expansion step is where there's the greatest need. So if you look across manufacturers, that's where they will identify the greatest need for automation. And that's for a few reasons. One, the criticality of that step. That's also where all the science happens. There's also many different steps that may be needed in order to move that forward. At the same time, the fill and finish step is also seen as being highly variable and critical. However, this is predominantly done in a manual way because there really weren't any automated solutions that came to market until very recently, where there now are a few platforms. So as you look at automation, there's modularity. That is really having a modular platform that can serve the unit operations, offers flexibility. It also allows developers to modify the process as the product moves through the pipeline. So many different therapies can come from the same process with some modifications, and modularity makes that easier. However, if you have modular steps, then you need sterile connection between those steps to keep a closed system. There's also all-in-one systems that will take all of those unit operations and put them into a single device. The challenge with that is it really limits the flexibility across different applications. And it also increases the reliance on a single supplier or vendor. And this is really, I think, a red flag these days for the industry, especially given the pandemic and what we learned about the criticality of managing suppliers and quality, of course, in this process. For modular solutions, our approach at Terumo Blood and Cell Technologies is to look at these unit operations and have a reliable solution that our customers can integrate into their overall process. So starting with our Optia for cell collection of apheresis, this is predominantly in a hospital setting, clinics, and sometimes in independent centers that are responsible for collection. This is a platform that modular, it manages the collection on its own, but has different settings and is customizable in order to be able to optimize that collection and starting material. Second, our quantum platform for cell expansion is not only modular, but quite flexible in that it is able to meet the needs of multiple cell types and applications, from adherent cells such as MSCs, suspension cells like T cells that are used in CAR T therapy, even exosomes that come from cells that can be used therapeutically. And we have some customers that are using this platform for viral vector production. And not only does it have this flexibility in cell types, there's also a scalability such that you can use this platform earlier in development for smaller scale, and then use it as you move through commercialization to meet high demand for numbers and that scalability that comes with it. And finally, our newest innovation is our Finia fill and finish. Finia meets a really critical need in the manufacturing process, is that last step before these products leave the manufacturing environment, and that is in the formulation of the final drug product. This is really after a lot of work has been done. There's all eyes on getting this product out the door. And what Finia does is it automates this final step by allowing a multiple from the cell itself to buffers and maybe a cryo if it's going to be frozen, to be mixed in a very controlled manner, cooled and temperature regulated, all in a closed system that can then aliquot the product into final product bags, remove the air and seal it. And these steps are otherwise done manually. And so this is all not only automated, but documented through the cell processing application. So that data management is critically stored and accessible in order to enable Part 11 compliance. So really a lot of thought going into meeting the needs of these modular systems, but also in how they will integrate in the overarching manufacturing process.